Yo, people, how you guys doing? This is your boy, King Oscar, and this is King Oscar is here. Whatever it is, that guy should be fired and lose his job immediately, or go to jail if somebody end up dying. This is how easy it is, people. Easy solution.
They're being shot as they sit in
Easy
their
solution,
car. They're being
people.
attacked in all different ways, and all of the things that you read today, all you read is about police brutality and how mean and how horrible they are. But that's not true, and they're performing a great public service. They're giving us freedom. Mistakes will be made, unfortunately.
Who's calling me, man? All right, let's go.
Mistakes will be made, and you have some bad ones too. A very, very small percentage, very, very small. But our country is a cesspool of crime. We have to give our police back their authority, their power, and their prestige. Have to do it. And if we don't do that, it will only get worse, and it will get worse rapidly. So go ahead and criticize me for telling it like it is. Go ahead and have your fun. Liberal fake news media, if you want to do, just do what you have to do. But we're trying to save a country from actual destruction. If you want to stop drugs coming into this country and therefore...
Wait. At least you agree that among the police officers, there's a bad one who have personal issue, who like are going through a lot in their personal life, and they bring whatever it is at work. They should be released or go to rehab soon as possible. That's what it is. You are a police officer, you have issue, you speak about it, you say, listen, I'm going through a lot right now, I can't be on the field. You see? Communication, people.
or stop a major portion of crime, because a large portion of crime is caused by drugs, you'll have to do what I say, and you really have no other choice but to do what I'm suggesting you do, and it's got to be done soon. It's got to be done now. Don't wait, because millions of people will die. Just as importantly, if you want to quell the violence, if you want to end the killing, if you want to crack down on criminals and thugs laying waste to our communities, then this November, you need to vote the Democrat Socialists out of office. You have to do it. And we know all about the tremendous crime and the statistics, which are so bad, happening right here in the state. As you know, Nevada is a cesspool of crime. You need to elect America First Republicans at every level. 2 years ago, the radical Democrats and their allies in the media launched a full-scale assault upon the rule of law and law enforcement itself. They defunded police, abolished cash bail, and released thousands and thousands of dangerous criminals from jail onto the street. They incited a summer of deadly riots in Democrat-run cities, resulting in dozens of Americans killed and more than 2,000 police officers injured, including one officer shot in the head right here in Las Vegas. You know that. You remember that.
Now, if we want justice, if we want justice, this is what we gotta do. Every politician that is in favor of the riot, who who told the people to burn down buildings, to kill cops. Everybody who is involved should be in jail, including the cops, including the politicians. Everybody should be in jail by now, including even the media. I don't care who they are. Every journalist from every news network should be in jail because they are responsible for whatever happening in this country. They should be in jail.
But that wasn't the end of the radical Democrat crime wave. It was just the beginning. In every city where the far left defunded the police or attacked law enforcement, violent crime has now surged at numbers nobody has ever seen.
Yeah, they should be in jail.
Catastrophically.
They should be in jail
Washington,
by now.
D.C., there was a 35% rise in murders from 2019 to 2021. 35%, and that's low compared to many other cities.
Next police should be in jail.
52% in Chicago.
Straight up.
It was so bad.
Especially the so-called mayor of Chicago. I don't know her name. Okay, that old lady. She should be in jail by now. She is mostly responsible for whatever is happening in Chicago. She should be in jail. In jail. She knew this is going on in Chicago, but she kept silence. She should be in jail. I'm telling you, I don't care. I don't want to know her name. She gotta be in jail. And the blood of she don't know what she's doing. The blood of every single soul that is killed in Chicago is in her hand. And one day, God Almighty gonna step in, and her judgment will rain like fire. And you people gonna feel sorry for that lady. I'm telling you, I'm speaking it. One day, her judgment will come. If nobody do something about it, her judgment will come from God. You realize? Her judgment will come from God. And she will realize that God is a consuming fire.
It's a war zone. It was up
Evil
much
people.
more than 60%. In Atlanta, it was even worse than Chicago. I
Oh
have
my
never known
God.
that. You practically
I
can't
know,
walk
right?
outside without getting shot.
Oh, Lord
It's so bad.
Jesus.
The list goes on and on. Just last month, a 20-year-old woman was brutally gunned down in New York, shot in the head while she pushed her 3-month-old child in a stroller. In Chicago last week, a 5-month-old baby girl was shot by a savage killer while riding in a car.
Oh, great. Oh, great. This is what I hate to hear. Innocent children get killed. Should I say what I want to say, people? Should I say what I want to say? I'm saying this. Many will not believe me, but I will say anyway. You know, the Bible says the blood of Abel cry out to God for vengeance because he was innocent. For God to avenge his blood on his brother. Imagine, see the foundation of this nation. The blood of innocent slaves. And the curses that came out of their mouth. From there on until now, and the killing of innocent babies in the name of abortion, and the killing of innocent youth on the street of Chicago, Atlanta, and across the nation, and the corruption of politicians combined together, and the blood of the innocent total souls that died from days of slavery until now, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be close to a billion of souls. Imagine if one soul, blood, cried to God for vengeance and God answered that soul. Imagine close to a billion of souls and blood of billions of people crying to God to avenge the blood upon this nation. Imagine if God can destroy nations because of one soul. Imagine billions of innocent souls from slavery until now. The judgment of slavery, God have not responded yet for the judgment of slavery. Then the judgment of destroying marriage, he has not responded yet. The judgment of abortion, he not respond yet. The judgment of sodomite, you know what that is, he have not respond yet. And the day he will respond, these people, these evil people, will have nowhere to run. Nowhere to run. Continue to be evil. Continue. He will answer and you will see.
In the back seat of a car, did it for fun, killed the baby for fun. In New Orleans, earlier this year, a 73-year-old woman was left dead after being carjacked by 4 teenage hoodlums. These were rough too. These were bad hoodlums. These were bad ones. She was caught in the seatbelt, dragged for more than a block and a half, and was ultimately severed from life, limbs falling off. People watched it. Nobody acted except for a very brave police officer. Literally thousands of Americans are dead today because of the nationwide increase in murders since the left began its defund the police crusade. Democrat-run cities. The blood of these victims is almost exclusively in these Democrat strongholds. Babies are being killed, elderly women are being shot in the face and being raped. Elderly women are being raped. Children are being knife stabbed and disfigured. As a candidate, Joe Biden helped lead his party's vile campaign against our police officers.
This is the evidence. When you decide to kick God out of everything, if God decides to leave, guess who's coming in? You don't want God? Okay. If you don't want God, he's going to step aside. If he leaves, guess who's coming in? The devil. And the devil want to make sure it to kill, steal, and destroy. This is the reason we see crimes going up, because these evil people already sold their soul to the devil long time ago. And what they promoting is blood for the devil. They promoted this thing to feed the devil, and we are falling to the trap.
And then he carried the rioters' agenda straight into the White House. Biden has sadly pushed to end qualified immunity. You know what that is, police officers? A declaration of war on law enforcement. In other words, let the policeman go out and hire his own lawyer and protect himself, because we don't give a damn about them. And that's what's happening, and that's what's happening with crime. A man slashed police access to surplus. Think of this. We had surplus equipment that I made available, and they took it away, and they took it back because it looked too militaristic. This was equipment that was sitting in warehouses all over the country, billions and billions of dollars. It was just getting old and tired and dusty. And we were paying lots of rent to probably a lot of friends of government. And I took that equipment and I gave it away to all of the police departments all over the country. Now they're taking it back from the police departments because they think it looks too militaristic. Much of it is safety equipment so that policemen and women can live. Joe Biden signed an executive order effectively defunding police departments and staffed his administration with an army of anti-police radicals. Job number one for a new Republican Congress will be to stop this extreme agenda right in its tracks. We want law and order. And then we need to elect a Republican president in 2024 to bring Joe Biden's reign of lawlessness to an end. If America restored a proper approach to policing, prosecuting, and jailing, we would immediately cut violent crime in our major cities in half, and very quickly, under the greatest mayor in New York City history, Rudy Giuliani. And he doesn't know I was going to say that. He's watching. Rudy's right now getting well. He had a big problem.
Get well, sir.
Right now. Can you believe it, what they put Rudy through? But he was a great mayor. They cut violent crime by 58%, and the murder rate was cut by 66% in a very short, an amazingly short period of time. What a job he did. He had a strong policy of stop and frisk. You know what stop and frisk is? I don't want to mention the words now. And broken windows policing. You know what that is, too. And while people don't like to talk about it, it really worked. One regret I have as president is that I let Democrats that should be running their cities do their job on crime.
I know.
Instead of saying, I'm going to do your job for you, because we could have stopped crime very easily by being very tough and very smart. I wouldn't do that a second time, I will tell you, because we're not going to let that happen to our cities. They're run by Democrats, and you know we're supposed to let them run it. And they're supposed to be policing their city, just like Nancy Pelosi was supposed to be policing the Capitol building. And she didn't do a very good job. The mayor of D.C., Nancy Pelosi, we offered them the troops, 10,000 plus, and they turned us down. That was on January 3rd. They turned us down.
Wow! You hear that, people? Well, right now, as we speak, there is January 6th committee happening right now, and they say he's responsible for whatever happened January 6th. But evidence shows that he offered 10,000 troops to be at a Capitol 3 days before the protesters arrived. And the mayor and Nancy Pelosi decided to say no. Now the blame is on him because he is him. If you have problem, put the blame on him. If you can't pay your house rent, blame him because he's responsible for everything. Now, who should be right now in the position that he's here right now for the for January 6th committee? Who should be prosecuted right now? Him or the mayor and Nancy Pelosi? Well, if I look at the calculation and the evidence, Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of DC should be in jail. They should be in jail right now because they are responsible. You don't elect the guy. So what? The life of American is not important to them. So that's why they refuse 10,000 troops. Really? They should be in jail. I'm telling you, these people should be in jail. It's not like I like Trump or that, but the truth is the truth. The evidence proves that he offered 10,000. Somebody who's planning evil at the Capitol that you say, what will he offer 10,000 troops to be there? That don't make no sense. That's one of the stupid argument what in the history of argument. It don't make sense to anybody. But hey, this is a new United States. Nothing makes sense.
1,000 troops, but it's the same thing. They didn't do their job. They like to blame it on others, but they didn't do it. However, when the rioters started knocking down statues all over D.C. of our great heroes, people that are the greatest of the great, I immediately signed an executive order stating that anybody who even slightly defaced a federal monument or statue would get 10 years in prison.
20 years in prison.
And
That
10
was
years
me.
didn't mean 3 months.
20 years.
It meant 10 years. Couldn't do anything about it. 10 years. I signed it, and immediately, everything stopped. But today, crime has become far worse than ever before. With Republican victories in 2022 and 2024, we can restore tough on crime policies and much, much more. Leave our police alone. Let them do their job. They know what to do. We have to allow them to do it. Among the first bills we pass must be to fund a massive increase in the number of police officers in every city and metro area all across our country. And we want to get really good, powerful people. We want to get police that can be police. We don't want to hire people that they look at somebody and they're afraid. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Do you understand that, Tom Holman? I don't think so, Tom, right? Police departments continue to hemorrhage officers in record numbers, a direct result of the Democrat Party's anti-police crusade. And by the way, it continues. They still want to defund the police. You know, they're trying to say, well, not really, not really. When somebody's saying not really, that means they want to do it. It goes on. A Republican...
You know, the sad thing about this situation, right? Those who want to defund the police, who they got defund the police, guess what? If you go to their house, the security officers are police officers. Some are retired police officers, some are retired army officers. At the end of the day, they are all police officers. If it's celebrity who claim to be about defund the police, then security officers are like a police officers. Oh yeah, they are police officers protecting their house 24/7, and they don't want you to be protected also. Yeah.
Congress should help local communities hire tens of thousands of new police officers, and we will. That includes funding to ensure cutting-edge recruitment, training, and retention with high salaries, benefits, and retirement plans, because if we don't have police officers, our cities will quickly become even more of a living hell than they are right now. I mean, just take a look at the numbers. I thought Chicago was the worst. And then I looked at the numbers from Atlanta. I just said, it's just unbelievable. This isn't our country. This is not the United States of America. Furthermore, we need to stop conducting persecutions of officers who make honest mistakes and once again stand behind our brave heroes in blue. We have to stand behind them. We must back them up so they can properly do their job. Police officers will never be able to enforce the law if simply doing their jobs can land them in jail, take away their retirement, and basically ruin their lives and the lives of their family. There's a major reason why in states all across the nation arrests have plummeted by 30 to 50%. They see people robbing stores and they don't want to do anything because they don't want to lose their job. It's gone insane. Under a Republican Congress, we should pass legislation.
First of all, okay, Mr. President, what do you think? If I was a cop, bro, I ain't gonna do nothing. Oh yes, I'm gonna allow the city to go down. I ain't gonna do nothing. Bro, you kill somebody, I see you, I just pass by you. Because I don't want to arrest you and they're gonna say, oh, police crime, police crime. That's what the cops are afraid, bro. They love their family. Their children are in school. and they gotta pay for their children's school, medical. And nobody want to lose their job because they want to be political correct, whatever it is, man. They got case. Oh yeah. That's what they're turning their back on the
Strengthening
community.
qualified immunity and other protections for police officers. Our law enforcement, men and women, do their duty to protect our country, and we must do our duty to protect them. And we have to start immediately, not later, immediately. You'll start in November by electing great America First Republicans. It's very important. That also means giving them back their surplus military equipment. We want it to go back to them. In addition, we have to dismantle every single street gang, cartel, and violent criminal organization operating in America. Prosecutors, no easy job, have to go after these violent criminals and really mean it. In many cases, however, racist prosecutors should also be vigorously investigated for their brazen violation of federal civil rights laws. It's happening to me with a racist attorney general in New York who campaigned solely on the fact that she would get Donald Trump. I'm going to get him. Knew nothing about me. I said, who is this woman? She crazy? A little bit? No, a lot. It's been going on for years as violent crime got worse and worse and worse. They devote their time and energy. We're going to get Donald Trump.
First of all, if you want to be famous, okay, if you want to be in politics and you want to win, just say, F Donald Trump. I hate Donald Trump. He's racist. Guess what? People gonna say, yeah, let's support this guy or this girl. She's for us. First of all, that means you are a fool. These people don't care about you. They don't care about you, bro. They don't care about you. Okay, the so-called mayor of New York who ran because she said she was, the first thing she's gonna do, she's gonna go, I'm going after Trump. I'm going after Trump. Has she won any case against Trump yet? I know she tried to file some couple of lawsuits against Trump. Since then, we haven't heard anything from her. Now, what is she doing personally for the city of New York? What's she doing for the people? Well, what's she doing for the people? That's what I want to know. I'm asking every New Yorker what the so-called mayor doing for New York right now, besides hunting for Trump. What's she doing? Is she creating jobs? Is she breaking down the crime? What's she doing? I need an answer. All right? You know what to do. Give me some answer, okay? First of all, you guys are going after Trump when the country is going down. That is the stupidest thing on the face of the planet, bro. You may not like the guy, so what? You don't like him, it's okay. But you decided to destroy your country because you don't like one person. Ha! That's wow. I never see this before in my life.
A long time, haven't they? Likewise, Biden has established committees to go after Republicans, and it seems as though the Justice Department and even local and state prosecutors have become weaponized. They're after politicians, not the people that are murdering people on the streets. Just like a third world dictatorship, Democrats only see the law as a weapon to persecute their political opponents while they let rapists and murderers go free. Instead of going after Republicans and conservatives and others, they should be focused on taking down the gangs and the killers, the murderers.
I know.
Instead of going after law-abiding gun owners, they should be going after the felons and career criminals with guns, enforcing existing federal statutes to get them behind bars. And they are existing right now. Very strong statutes. We have got to get away from these political witch hunts and start focusing on making America great again. That's what we want to do.
That's what we want. We want job. We want peace. We want
have to
safety.
stop
We want
fighting
love.
with each other
Man.
and unify. That was happening during the greatest period, I believe, in our country's history in many ways. Just before COVID came in from China, and that's where it came from. Wuhan came from Wuhan. It can happen again. We were more unified just before that. Everybody was happy. Everybody had jobs. Everybody was making more money than they ever made before. African American, Hispanic American, everybody. Men, women, kids with no diploma, kids with a high school diploma, and kids that just graduated from MIT, first in their class. They were all making money. It was nothing like it. And then we had the horrible plague come in from China. Boy, oh boy, what they cost the world. $60 trillion, they say, what they cost the world. And that's the least of it, all the deaths. Everybody in this room knows probably many people that died. Wow. Came in from China. Finally, we have to end the travesty on our southern border once and for all. We handed Biden the most secure border in history, and he turned it into the greatest border disaster in history very quickly. Well, don't forget, on another subject, 16 months ago, we were energy independent. We were soon going to be energy dominant. We were soon going to be so dominant that we would be double the size of Russia and Saudi Arabia combined. And now we're going to Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, and anybody else to see if we can have oil.